You've got mail.
Welcome back to Skippers, presented by Owner's Box Fantasy Sports. Today, Monday Mailbag, answering your fantasy baseball questions. Avery Chenier, Andrew Boyer, Jeremy Roach, and the one and only Tyler McKillop talking the questions. Tyler, let's get right into it.
Look, let's get started with the heinous slander that came from Avery Chenier last week. I listened to the show. Look, fantasy baseball might not be my thing, but I'm going to come get it now for the rest of the year.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. How's the last place smell, buddy?
Second last, actually.
Oh, good weekend for you then, eh?
Yeah. Anyways, first question. Thoughts on Charlie Morton for the rest of the season and how things have gone so far?
Who wants to answer that first?
I can go first. I mean, Charlie Morton's obviously a veteran. We've seen what he did with the Rays. You're rather going to drop him, which I don't think it's worth it, or you're going to trade him at a buy low, probably his lowest value he's going to be at. So I think he's a hold. His xERA is better than his ERA, which is always a good sign by like a full point. So, I mean, it's Charlie Morton. Sometimes he has these stretches where he's just bad matchups and he doesn't pitch well. I think he's fine. He's a veteran. He's going to be fine. Just hold him and maybe miss a starter. Like, just keep him on your bench for the next start. That's what I would do.
I'd say he's a hold, and if you're in a short, like a shallow league, I'd say he's probably a drop for a better guy. In a deep league, though, he's definitely a hold. The thing is, though, he's 37, and when you're 37, you start to see velocity going down and your StatCast profile going down. I have a little less patience for guys that are 37 losing some skill at pitcher than maybe guys that are like 27, 28. So, and you can't trade him, like you said, he's too low value right now. So I agree, he's a hold, but if there's someone on your waiver wire that's nice, like Manea or your Quiddy or something like that, I would pick him up instead.
He's a hold for me too, but I think Charlie Morton turns it around. So terrible start last start too, but look, not a single earned run. I mean, that's just the way of the road. He has a strikeout that a person got on base with. He should have been out of it. That's a longer start. He's another guy who can go long into games that the younger guys, you don't trust to do that as often. Charlie Morton's a fine pitcher this year. Rest of the season, I'm keeping him and I'm starting him like no matter what. I'm probably not going to have any issues starting Charlie Morton the rest of the season. That's for me. T-Mac, next question.
I'm very excited about your answer on this one. I love Nate Pearson, my Jays. So Nate Pearson or Sixto Sanchez, just future of the season and
rest of the season and Dynasty, I think was the question, right?
Look, this is a tough question
because I know you're a Pearson guy too.
Yes, I'm a Pearson guy, and they threw this question comes right after we just saw him with the Astros. They just threw him in to pitching in Houston That
threw him in the fire.
Yeah, that isn't easy.
Which you commented that Houston wasn't that great of a lineup, and then they just happened to be one of the best lineups in the whole league.
Ooh, I don't remember ever saying that. I don't remember ever saying that.
It happened last week.
No, we said Kyle Tucker hit 7 for a reason.
Yeah, and I said it's the best lineup in the league.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't the best lineup in the league.
Well, it's not the best. It's up there, though. I said that's why I like to have him. I want to have a guy in one of the best lineups, right? Just like a Braves player.
Yes, but I don't remember ever saying the Astros lineup was shit.
All right, agree to disagree.
Okay. Pearson, I'm taking Pearson just because I'm a Jays fan, really, so I'm really biased.
This is a horrible question for us.
Yeah, it's a terrible question for us just because we're mostly Jays fans.
But I'm a Sixto guy.
I'm Sixto as well.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to stick with Pearson.
Okay, so here's a comparable that we were listening to on the way here. Nate Pearson, Max Scherzer, right? Two great prospects. Max Scherzer took him 4 years before he was good, right? Nate Pearson, do you in Dynasty have the time to wait for Nate Pearson to be good?
No.
You don't?
Not really, no. You're comparing Scherzer to Nate Pearson.
I'm not. I'm saying
you can't compare those two.
Well, okay, he's been bad, and Max Scherzer wasn't great earlier as well.
I know,
Nate Pearson hasn't been good, right? He's shown that he has stuff. He hasn't shown he's a good pitcher, though.
No, 100% agree. He hasn't shown that. But
I'm saying, do you have the time to wait? Are you?
No, I'm not waiting 4 years for Nate Pearson to develop if I have him. I'm giving him this year.
It's not going to be that long.
I'm giving him this year, and if not, I'm moving on to Manoah on the Jays.
Okay.
Fast.
Good. Yes, I like. When you talk about college pitchers, you know I'm gonna like that. So the West Virginia Friday night guy, I love Alek Manoah. Great fucking choice. Huge body. Oh, don't get.
I think Pearson at some point might go to the bullpen if he starts pitching like crap.
I mean, God. No, I don't want to see that.
I know you don't want to see it, but
he's a high velocity guy.
Yeah,
he can't go long into games. Sixto's got a little bit more of an arm to go 6-7 innings. So long term for Dynasty for a starter, I'm gonna take Sixto.
Also,
but Pearson could be the closer for the Jays in 2 years.
Just look at what Miami's done with their starters right now. Pablo Lopez, all of those type of guys. Yeah, they've developed really good starters, and I think Sixto Sanchez is just gonna do that as well. So I am on Sixto.
Great point. Okay.
Next question, Tyler.
Agreed. I'm scared that Nate Pearson, that flame-throwing arm's going to end up in the pen. That's depressing. Jack Flaherty or Lance Lynn rest of the season?
I'm going to go first. I hate Jack Flaherty.
We don't know why, too, but Avery hates Jack Flaherty. We still don't know why.
So also, Lance Lynn was one of my must-avoids to start the season.
Oh, God.
Didn't work out too well, which is fine. I'm going to take... It
happens.
Yes. When I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. That's fine. I didn't value Lance Lynn being able to go deep into games as much as I should, and that's why...
That's why he's a dog.
That's why he's a good pitcher for fantasy baseball. Lance Lynn, you're going to give him the ball. He's going to throw fastballs. He's going to throw sinkers down your throat all day. He's going to go deep into games. Yeah. He's an awesome pitcher.
He is
Jack Flaherty, I hate you. I don't know what it is. I don't like Jack Flaherty. I don't watch Cardinals baseball. I like watching the players on my fantasy team play. I don't like watching the Cardinals. Jack Flaherty's just never done it for me. I mean, we have him on the team, and I wanted to get rid of him right away.
I don't know if you've been watching. You say you're not watching Cardinals baseball, but Jack Flaherty is absolutely shoving right now. He deserves some respect. He's been really good.
I'm not going to give him his respect yet.
He's been really good. Lance Lynn coming back from injury. I don't know. They're different pitchers. Like Jack Flaherty still has like pitch limits, and he's still getting
one's in the NL, one's in the AL too.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. As of right now, I want Lance Lynn, but long term, I want Jack Flaherty.
I'm going to take Lance Lynn because he limits soft contact. Then you look at the stat.
Limits hard contact.
Pardon me, limits hard contact. That sinker gets a lot of ground balls, not a lot of home runs given up. They about equal on Ks, so with that limiting the hard contact, I'd definitely go Lance Lynn.
Okay.
T-Mac, next question.
All right. We'll go individually. Who is your most surprising pitcher this year or this season so far?
Jerry, go first.
I'm going to go with the guy with the best nickname in the MLB, and that's John Means Business. I was kind of expecting this season, well, not as good as he's been pitching, but last year, I remember picking him up, and he was just battling injuries. He wasn't that good. This guy looks very good for the Orioles, and I think that he's got a bright future ahead of him, and I think it's just surprising how he's been dominant every game pretty much. Obviously, the no-hitter. I feel like there's like, how many no-hitters this year now?
4.
5 if you count Bumgarner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he looks awesome. He's a must start in all his starts now. And obviously, he's going to be the Orioles ace for potentially years to come.
I think he just wasn't that great last year compared to a good 2019. And he was one of those guys that people really kind of they gave some passes to some older guys, and they didn't really give that much of a pass to John Means. Also, with the spring training, that wasn't great. I think that's why people passed on him, but they shouldn't have. John Means Business. You know
John Means Business.
Yeah, and we said before the season that Baltimore was where pitchers go to die, so he's changing the narrative there, so he's been good.
Andrew, your guy.
My guy is Carlos Rodon, NC State Wolfpack alumni. Obviously highly touted prospect, won the top 5 a couple of years ago. Been struggling though. We didn't really see this huge breakout coming. Like his stuff has been absolutely electric. Minimal ERA, minimal whip, and tons of strikeouts. So I definitely say, and he was undrafted in most fantasy leagues. So I'm going to say Carlos Rodon's the most surprising pitcher so far.
And I'm going to go most surprising from a whole different side. It's Luis Castillo is the most surprising, being the worst pitcher. Avery did say at a couple points this year, Luis Castillo is going to have the lowest ERA in the MLB. That's not going to happen.
I should tag at freezing cold days because holy shit, that was
well,
freezing.
Someone also stole the pitcher that I wanted to take, so I was like, oh, I think this guy's going to be good.
Which was
I'm pretty sure I put him top 10 pitchers.
Top 5, I think you might have had him.
And about 3 weeks ago, I offered you Pete Alonso for Luis Castillo in our season-long league, and you turned that down.
Who has him?
I had Pete Alonso, and I offered him for Luis Castillo. Down.
No, I don't know. I mean, at this point,
I don't like Pete Alonso.
At this point, if you're an owner, you're just riding the wave now. You're not even trying to trade.
So I think his one start this week is at Coors Field. It makes no sense for him to pitch well, and that is exactly why Luis Castillo is going to pitch well. He's getting back on the train. We're going to ride this one to the end. T-Mac, who's your surprising guy? Give me one surprising guy.
Do you know any?
Yeah.
You can even just pick one of our guys.
Well, like John Means Business. I just love to say
Great
that.
answer. All right, T-Mac did not know that one was coming. But new segment, we get an email. I forget who the email was from. We get so many. Sam goes, hey, can you guys help me rebuild my roster? And I was like, you came to the 3 perfect guys who can help reconstruct the roster. Every week we're going to pick the worst absolute roster we have been emailed. This one pretty bad, Sam. I'm not going to lie. You didn't draft too well, and it happens. You know, he's 12-team redraft, auction draft with 2 keepers head-to-head. He says he has 1 win. I heard he had 0 wins. Didn't he have 0 wins?
No, he has 0. Yeah, he puts 1 win, but then he puts his record as like 0-4.
Yeah. So who knows what that means,
Yeah.
Sam? We're sorry.
Yeah.
But if you want to email us, we can look at the rosters. So here, he's in a categories league. Runs, RBIs, home runs, stolen bases, OBP. OBP is something we need to keep in mind here.
Yeah.
Wins, saves, Ks, ERA, WHIP. I'll go through the roster quick. Wilson Contreras, Jose Abreu, Jed Lowry, Chris Taylor, DJ LeMahieu, Kevin Biggio, Reyes, Haniger, Cruz, Yelich, Yastrzemski, Chisholm, Bellinger, Mondesi, and then his starters, Ian Anderson, Dylan Bundy, Liam Hendricks, Brad Hand, Josh Stalmont, Jordan Romano, Devin Williams, Aaron Savali, Sean Manaea, Jose Urquidy. On the IR, he has no Syndergaard, Nate Pearson, and Sixto Sanchez in his end. Did he ask the question about Pearson and
100%.
Sixto?
100%.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yep,
Because she stashed
probably.
him. So let's get into it. Let's break this one down. Your initial thoughts, Jeremy and Andrew.
Well, one thing is, Sam, I apologize because you have not been lucky this year. Both his keepers are now injured. That's always tough. I think we need to explore a trade.
Absolutely.
Bellinger
Multiple trades.
or Christian.
I'm trading Christian Yelich.
I think you trade Christian. Bellinger will be back soon.
But let's
think.
see. So, okay, you keep going. I got something
Okay,
to say.
Bellinger's got first base eligibility, which could help him, and outfield, so I like that. The other thing, like, let's go position here.
This lineup, these hitters are good if they're all healthy.
Yeah, he's got a great hitting lineup.
For a
And-
12-team league, those hitters are awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
those hitters are awesome. He just forgot to pick pitchers when he was drafting.
Yeah, that's where I think that's where we should be diving in here is the pitcher's side.
Yeah. So let's leave his position player.
Yeah, so I have a couple points just quickly for position players. Sell high, maybe Nelson Cruz based
For a
on
pitcher.
Yes,
Oh,
for
yeah.
a one utility spot here.
Yeah.
Or like Mitch Haniger or something like that. And you need to get Wander Franco. I think you need to get Wander Franco. Pick him up before anyone else does. Stash him. It might be stashed. I see you have NA slots.
Probably stashed.
Probably stashed. So I'm
Because he
sorry.
activated Nate Pearson.
But someone's got to have Wander. Maybe Vidal Brujan, someone they could call up too.
Yeah, or
But we-
stash Gilbert if Franco is gone because he'll have that NA spot.
Yeah. So let's get into these pitchers. First of all, there is not an ace on this team, right?
Yeah. Well, he was probably relying. It looks like he was relying on Ian Anderson or Dylan Bundy to kind of be an ace.
But what round are you taking those guys in?
He definitely probably.
You probably bidded like $3 for those guys.
He stretched for Ian Anderson, I think.
Yeah. Well,
think
he's
he's
probably all you could get in an auction draft too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's look here. We
Relief
see
pitcher.
if this is a daily league, if this is a weekly league, you are starting way too many relief pitchers right now.
Yes. Wait, for the categories there is like two good relievers is fine. He's got too many going
And
on.
relievers
now.
also can crush ratios based on one bad outing compared
Yes,
to a pitcher.
yes.
So I think having all of these relievers in here is actually kind of hurting him.
I think Romano, he's gonna potentially be the closer right now, but you drop him.
Yeah.
The ratios are too bad.
Yep.
You don't have time to waste here.
And you drop Williams on the Brewers.
Yes.
He's not getting the saves. He's
I
not getting
think you
wins.
try and trade Devin Williams. He's a name.
Okay, you can try and trade Devin Williams, but if you don't,
Jordan Romano's not a name. Devin Williams is a name.
Yes. I
Holding
agree.
Liam Hendricks no matter what, and then the Stalmont, I would definitely hold him too. And then I would probably look to trade Hand or Williams for some help at starter.
Yeah, because Liam Hendricks you're fine with, but like Dylan Bundy, his ERA is 5 or something right now.
Yeah, he's good for win. Like he's good for getting you potential wins.
Yeah, he has bunch of quality starts, but no wins, right?
Yeah, he's good for strikeouts, but he needs an ERA whip guy. Ian Anderson isn't really good for ERA.
So I say this is a spot where you need to buy low Luis Castillo.
Yeah, I think he should offer a trade here, and I think he can do it.
So like Luis Castillo, a guy who should be an upper end ace on a team, is a guy you need to go
Offer
with.
Cruz for Castillo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
See
saying.
if he bites.
Like looking at these categories, now this team is balanced. There's too many home runs in the batters, and there's not enough wins down in the pitchers. So I definitely look to trade home runs like Cruz or Abreu.
And there's a
for
ton of
someone
home
getting
runs, and
wins.
there's not a lot of getting on base here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you have Mondesi and Chisholm, those are two guys very similar profiles. Chisholm maybe a little bit more power, but these are guys who are going to hit 250 if you're lucky,
Yeah.
and they're not going to walk a ton. They're going to steal you bases. Like that'll be good for that category, and that's why you have Mondesi on your team. Jess Chisholm is a great waiver wire guy at the start of this, but other than that, I think we need to look into some of these pitchers. Maybe flipping Syndergaard for someone too. You need to catch up on these wins soon. It is.
Yeah, he does have Pearson back, which we don't really know what to expect, but it is a potential, good good thing happening to his roster here, adding Pearson. But obviously he was terrible. He probably started him. I feel bad for Sam because he definitely started him.
Aaron Savali, I'm like okay with. Like I would look to trade him too for like a better piece to throw someone in there too. But there's just like a whole lot of in this lineup, right?
Pick 2 relievers, Sam. Pick 2 relievers. Okay, and then flip your other ones. If you can't, then you got to drop them and pick up other starters.
Yeah, like you're a 12-team league. You have the ability to pick up some streamers here, right?
Yeah, Cole Irvin might be out there. He's been good. He's been a waiver wire piece.
Yeah, I think
LeMahieu, hold Bellinger, hold Reyes, hold Manea, and hold Hendricks, and trade everyone else you can.
I mean, we can't be just trading everyone on his roster.
I think, well, what he means is like all those people are on the trade block to get a pitcher.
Everyone but those guys on the trade block to get a good starter, an ace.
I mean, I'm more of a Nelson Cruz than Franmil Reyes personally.
But Reyes can play outfield. It's only one utility spot. You're stuck here.
But I think we need to really address starting pitchers. Sam, if this is your team, if it's not, then sorry to whoever we messed that up on. But we need to get some pitchers here. If streaming is your best option, we need to get streamers in this lineup every week. Yep. We need wins. We need strikeouts. We need deep outings. We need to get those ratios up.
I agree. I think that if he can fix this rotation, he can make a comeback in this league.
Yeah, I mean, Sam, 0-4, brutal start, but you can only go up from the basement. That's all I got to say. Any more notes from anyone?
I think we should all give a rating on this roster. Every roster given, we give a rating. I'm giving this one a 5.2.
Out of 10?
Yes.
I'm giving this a 3.6.
Yeah, I'm with Avery. I'm about a 4 out of 10.
But that's what happens, you know? You have our help now. You got any more questions, put them in the comments. Discord, put them in the Discord. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs. Please get us to 2,000 subs so we can get a big raise, a big bonus. You know, it'll be awesome. Let us keep our jobs. That's all I got. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you next time.